They put no cheese at the end of it. My chemistry is India with a gimmick mix. Blue, please don't kill my vibe on some Kendrick shit. Tell me where we gotta go. Anybody know? Let everybody know that I'm ready for you. I put around the globe. I'm getting better, I gotta know. It's just some things I gotta know. Are you ready for me, girl? I can give a fuck what you bitches think. Wash a nigga up with no pictures sing. Before you fuck around, better sit and think. Flying boss bitch, all my shit insane. And I ain't talking about the boy band. Top of Youngstown, listen, I'm the toy man. Toy story, buzz, fight, shit, goddamn. It's the mother man. Yeah, we lost in the race.
Stop. Just stop. You know, I'm supposed to look like that. Alright, that should be better right there.
Yeah, you got me lost in the maze, yeah, you got me lost in the maze. Why don't you love me? Yeah, you got me lost in the maze, yeah, you got me lost in the maze, yeah, you got me lost in the maze. Why don't you love me? I'm smoking la 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 la, yeah, and girl, you are my alibi. I never wanna say goodbye. You've been so good to me. Yeah. I try to get, I don't know why. Yeah. I wear my lip when I be high. Yeah. When I be flying through the sky. Earth is no good to me. Yeah. You know I'm in at some passion ball. You know. You getting cut and she's a tag along. Like boss bitch is an astronaut. It's the first maze with no rats involved. Have me lost in the maze, yeah. Have me lost in the maze, yeah. Have me lost in the maze. Why don't you love me? Yeah. Have me lost in the maze, yeah. Have me lost in the maze, yeah. Have me lost in the maze. Why don't you love me? It's the time for, it's the time for, it's the time for, it's the time why don't you love me? Yeah, have me lost in the maze, yeah. Have me lost in the maze, yeah. Have me lost in the maze. Why don't you love me?
Hey, somebody put a donation. The Vaughn. So good to me, yeah. It was so good to me, yeah. Mars and goddamn Venus, and going through the houses where you get over Indulge at, you know what I'm saying? Or you could be over extremely passionate at, you know, but both of these things got negative and positive sides. Don't get it flipped out just because I'm gonna break it down negatively for Venus and positively for Mars. I'm gonna slide in little gems every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the positive end for Venus and the negative side of Mars. But every now and then, you know, sometimes we live in reverse. So they teach y'all that with everything, all the way to the Venus energy. You get lost in love bomb. Next thing you know, overindulging, not doing things in moderation, compromising with the wrong, flunked out people, places, or things. Talk about passion, motivation, and hatred. Shit, sometimes when you direct that in the right area, directing something that's you tired of yourself thinking about and revolving your mind in and routines and patterns, or tired of a circumstance externally that you into. Sometimes you gotta butt heads like a ram with that circumstance to get up out of it, regardless if a motherfucker like it or not. Within that circumstance, you're trying to ram yourself up out of and create some death and transformation so it can be ashes to ashes, dust to dust to becoming like a motherfucking phoenix. All I'm saying, so that's how you use that sun transit power. And then now we're getting into the Jewish version, Gollum, esoteric, trapping spirit, concept, energy, concept of it. You know what I'm saying? And I like to talk about it like that. I like to talk about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to talk about it normal surface level current flunked out. Let's use it to try to get $1,000,000. I like to use it in the kind of way that God give us abilities. That ability, we make the $1,000,000, and our smack monkey faces be on it. You know what I'm saying? And then if God see we on a godly mission, God might be like, okay, you might need this much amount of the smack monkey grandkids that's on the green Polaroid. God, it look like it came out the sky for you though. God to make it look like it fell off the tree for you though. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta like think real hard. You can't get distracted. You can't be like, oh, I got it now. You forgot all about everything God was talking about. You start thinking about everything. You know what I'm saying? You forget everything. No. When you get it, you gotta go, oh, okay. This is for this is for that, so I can keep doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never get to that portion sometimes. Sometimes y'all get the first part, get lost in some type of hut, some type of stuck street that was lit and in Babylon, 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, and then before you know it, you done forgot what God told you to do in the map God gave you. You didn't pull it over to an esoteric radio shack, got an SM radio or something like that with the GPS, and God wanted you to see something with the map. Learn how to do it with the map like you used to remember your grandmother's number. You know what I'm saying? Before they even added the 3 numbers with the area code. You know what I'm saying? That don't get too lost into Wi-Fi. You get too Wi-Fi and stuff like that, and then you get lose sense of how to find direction yourself. God needs you to learn how to read signs, read the colors in the esoteric world to find signs yourself. Here go the map, child. Y'all don't be having a map like that. Y'all be taking y'all esoteric currency, go get the GPS automatically built in with the whip, with the XM radio and stuff like that. And every now and then, the esoteric shadow government, Galactic Federation of Light want to, shut down electronics or something like that. You done lost your way. Now, in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension, that just look like you distracted. That just look like you doing a whole bunch of stuff you ain't have to do. That just look like you put your gifts and talents in the back seat. Thank you so much for the donation, Julius Payne. I appreciate that from my real stuff. Julius Max Payne. But that's all that was in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. You done got distracted, got lost. That's how angels look at it. Now you got to find like what kind of rinky-dink store on that locational street in Babylon that got the map again, because you didn't lost the map God gave you. So you got to find some shadow government version map that kind of look like it might be the right direction. But then you got to figure it out as you go. Like hopefully you can find that. Hopefully, because a lot of powerful spirits don't even be getting stuck on that street no more. You know what I'm saying? They drive right past that street. They be like, oh, yeah, this street look exciting. Yeah, it look like Times Square, but my goals is up the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people drive right past streets. Not everybody, though. I say, like, 98% of the world don't. Everybody stuck downtown in Babylon. It look like Egypt. Everybody stuck downtown. Everybody having a good time at the carnival. You know what I'm saying? Guess what I call it? La La Land. So if you thought I was talking about anywhere else when I say La La Land, now you know. Now you can look in the mirror and be like, oh, goddamn, I've been in La La Land this whole time. I've been joking and laughing and stuff like, I've been there. Oh, flunked out spirits. You know what I'm saying? La La Land. You know what I'm saying? Land of cartoon Mickey Mouse world. You know what I'm saying? Sigil Conehead, this writing on stones land. You know what I'm saying? We 12 minutes, we 12 minutes. Y'all know I like to talk a little smack a little bit. Just let me talk smack. Talk a little smack. I keep forgetting it's the PBS channel. Man, you ain't about to keep me. Close this trash. But yeah, in a different circumstance. You know what I'm saying? That's what we pushing all ourselves into. You just might experience that little birth stage. So you might feel mentally fatigued around this time. Your imagination might be fatigued. Your feelings, your body might be a little fatigued during this time, because we all trying to figure out how to make new glorified bodies. So, things might mess with you, like your dreams and stuff like that. One might wake up faster than the other. So one couple organs and chakras is still asleep. Other chakras and organs and still woke and stuff. So you stuck between realms and stuff like, God damn, can I get out? You got a monkey on your back. You know what I'm saying? All those kind of, when we're dealing with new moons and stuff like that, we got new transitions. And sometimes the things inside of us change before outside of us. And then when we can't understand what's going on before it plays out outside of us, it play out like little situations like that. Having mental fogginess throughout the day, fart cloud, confusion, forgetting things, planning energies to make it seem like it makes sense to be lazy about something, and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? All those energies be playing out with the new moon and stuff. But it's getting you prepared to let you know you got to get ready to do some stuff you really don't want to do. Get to work. You know what I'm saying? because the moon ain't waning no more. You know what I'm saying? Moon got actually filling up. It's actually waxing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to fill up. It's going to be on its travels to Aquarius and Pisces. So for the most part, when it starts to fill up and things of that nature, you need to be taking your energy inside and expressing it outside. And that's how you're participating with the esoteric fluid of filling things up. Now, if you're procrastinating during the time that the moon is waxing, then for the most part, you're going to be playing out some wanting energy while it's time for you to wax. You know what I'm saying? Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. So everything you was protecting and accumulating should be the little standing point and thing you could stand on as far as people, places, or things, material, maternal, or security. Whatever you have accumulated and protected over that whole little transition that the moon was waning. Now that it's a new moon, now it's time to put these things back into action so you can accumulate. You know what I'm saying? This goes into if you know how to save money, if you know how to save your mental space, if you know how to organize your life and construct things, you know, purely just on the basis of keeping track of the things I'm talking about right now, help you with areas like that and stuff, because you know that you are protecting in protection mode. So that goes to anything you accumulated, even money. Then when it's waxing, right, that lets you know whatever you accumulated to have, whatever you're protecting, you can get ready to start that again and add on because you was already in protection mode. So when you put that in all areas of your life, put that in the money area too. And understanding astrology help you with saving money too. You see what I'm saying? So, and then you play a game with yourself to the point that the higher you go, you set a new bar for what you consider broke. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, that always allows you to springboard to expand also. So, you know, so it ain't about being broke. You're not broke. Your broke standard is different than someone else's. So someone else standards of broke is having zero in their pocket. Your standard of being broke may be $7,000. You know what I'm saying? Maybe $12,000 or something like that. So any money you make beyond 7,000 or 12,000 will be what you're working with. But as far as what you consider you not having no money no more is that $5,000 or that $7,000 or that $12,000 you got saved. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, every time you do the thing, how you got the $7,000 to $12,000 in the first place, it'll just keep adding on and things of that nature. And that's about having discipline and being able to organize and correlate certain things in your life. Now, okay, we 12 minutes. So for the most part, we're going to be breaking down Venus and Mars in the houses. Now, Venus is going to be a situation that wherever you got it at, this is where you might be overindulging and things of that nature, and it's possible. And since the shadow government have created the world to be so much in survival mode, that you're going to play out the negative sides of the planets first before you become self-aware, do enough shadow work and self-realization, get some wisdom and knowledge, and then you'll start to be clear on the things you was lost in and how you was lost in it in some way, shape, or form. And you'll start to realize how you was always playing out the lower octave of things, just due to the fact of the world being made out of these energies off the lower octave shadow energies off of these things. And when you get placed in survival mode, you automatically feel like you have to do these things in order to survive. So you actually get indoctrinated into thinking you're doing the right thing too, and which is living backwards within this context. So it ain't what we do, it's how we do it also. But for the most part, when we start to talk about Venus leads into a negative shadow energy of overindulging in that specific area of life. And it can cloud our judgment about any other area of life just because Venus there. And then when it comes to Mars, this could be something we could be overly aggressively and passionate about, which could be good. But it could also play out when our desires, passions, motives, or alternative motives is not met in a timely fashion. It can develop as anger and aggression and competitive energy in that household. So for the most part, where you have Mars at will show you where it could play out as good, but it can also lead you to understand where a lot of your frustrations come from, where you think you're not being respected at, or where you think you have to prove a lot at, or you feel like you're constantly in competitive mode at, or and stuff like that. A lot of times it's predicated on the area where you got Mars at and stuff. And sometimes you may put yourself in competing energies, thinking that how the external world see you or people that's close to you, and that they may not even see you in that light for you to even be going that far trying to prove that perspective to them based upon whatever house you got Mars in. You see what I'm saying? So Mars in totality is our passion, motivation, our desire. You know what I'm saying? And it could be our anger and our aggression when our motivations and passions is not met in a timely fashion based on whatever you set yourself up in your sights on. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times these statistics put you in competing mode with society, and that be the fart cloud I be talking about when you walk outside and take a breath of fresh air, and it's actually a whole bunch of guilt trips or a whole bunch of expectations from you or a whole bunch of things you think you need to do and stuff like that, which is peer pressure, fart clouds and stuff. And if you get too lost into comparing and contrasting yourself with these statistics, not looking at these things for the form of information and learning how to apply yourself, but or learning to see if you're a representation of these things or not. But when you're looking at these things and comparing and contrasting and claiming that you need to be a level of height on one of these statistics in some way, shape, or form, you'll find yourself failing all the way to your old hag or old hemorrhoid, you know, male or female, and things of that nature. And then for the most part, you're gonna want to do all the regular things you were supposed to do at a time, at an age, without the agility that you can't do it anymore. So you better be careful right now and don't set and compare and contrast yourself too much, because just like a lot of individuals, like a lot of y'all, even me, myself, you know what I'm saying? We follow a lot of celebrities on other social media pages and stuff, such as IG and stuff like that. And a lot of times you don't know what they're going through in their personal life, how much money they actually have, if it looked that beautiful, and what kind of, just the main one right here, what kind of health issues they be motherfucking going through and things of that nature. And you will never know those things, but you'll be comparing, contrasting that you not living your life right due to the fact of them just posting probably a new rented car that you think they just bought, and you willing to give your blood, sweat, and tears and develop more health issues to actually go buy that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of that too, because it could be all of an illusion. And you have to know, anybody who have a human brain do things for other reasons that may not be how I appear to be. A lot of times people do things for purely the reason of feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Being able to see something about themselves that they can make up something in their mind that they can praise, that they can live throughout their day, you know, peacefully. That's why, you know, the more harsh a person went through, the more harsh situations a person went through in their life, the more that when they do reach a prosperity circumstance, you know what I'm saying, they may go a little bit extreme, a little bit going overboard, and you may be looking at them from a distance like, you don't got to do all that, you don't got to buy all that, what you're trying to cover up. And a lot of times a person ain't trying to cover up nothing, they're just doing things to fulfill a lot of energies that they never got to experience before, and right now they're in that moment, you know what I'm saying, in some way. So a lot of times people just do things as an external representation to make them feel good with inside, because the shadow government already got y'all lost in reverse. So ain't nothing wrong with it when we're pulling out positive energies out of it, just like looking at the Bible. There's positive things in the solid world that can help you with your gas and liquid, you know, but don't start to manifest that too much and start to create a reality to the point that that thing become a crutch. Then the solid world become a crutch. And then when these things start to expire or dislocate or separate from you based upon the universe and God, then you're going to be feeling like that you're not a person anymore or something like that, or you can't be yourself in some way. And then that's when you have allowed something in the solid world to become a crutch to your liquid and gas too much, and things of that nature. So, you know, things could be a supporting system every now and then that we're going through a phase or two in the solid world, but don't allow the solid world to put you in a routine and pattern so that heaven that you was using as a comfort zone become a hell and actually become a blockage or a towers moment or a fork in the road for any type of future situation that you're trying to put yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to start off with the, I think I want to do them both. Now we do Venus and then we do Mars. So, matter of fact, we just encapsulate them both. So, if you got Mars in the first house, this home, got Venus in the first house, this is at work. Anytime a planet is away or debilitated, I like to look at it like a concept at, because you know this is how they used to deify the planets and stuff like that. So you know you could transmute their stuff and make better stuff than them by transmuting the piping system. So you know that's kind of how I like to do it. So I do that with everything, even when it comes to making allegories of the planet rulerships. So when a planet is at home, I like to compare that to a man or a woman that's at home. And specifically, the woman would be the nighttime of the planet transit. The man would be the masculine side. Or if you want to look at it like androgynous, you could just look at it like if it's in the below the horizon houses in one of his rulers, then it's in his feminine houses, right? The houses that's more internal, or the rooms in the houses that's more internal. So like, you know, the bathroom, the occult esoteric part of the house, you know, your bedroom, things that's correlated with more private. When it's above the horizon and it's daytime rulership, you know what I'm saying, such as like Mars being in Aries, other than Scorpio, that would be the house of the living room or the front yard, something that could be seen, something that people don't care when company come over. That could be the first room that people could go into. You know what I'm saying, things of that nature in the kitchen. So when a planet is at home, I like to look at it like, think about it when a person is at home, whether you're a male or female, you get to relax. There's probably a lot of things that you necessarily want to do and stuff that you'll probably, relax and procrastinate on a little bit because you at home. You probably not at work or something like that, and you probably feel it's deserved, and you pay the bill. So can't nobody tell you what to do or what not to do, whether there's too many dishes in the dish tank or not. You know what I'm saying? In the sink or not. So you can see how sometimes planets being at home can play out negative, and sometimes it can play out positive, where it can be relaxing, it can be in its comfort zone, it can express itself freely there. But and vice versa, a lot of times it can procrastinate, and when it's time to be cleaned up and be sufficient, it might be too late, and then it have to do things at hand, aka unexpected company coming over, and you ain't even clean up when you know you were supposed to do it, but you was at home. So now you have to have this little weird energy while you have company and things of that nature, and be doing things at the time. So this can leave you scattered in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So so let me break down the first house. Matter of fact, let me finish that point though. Yeah, let me finish that point before I go into the houses. Now, if a planet is away, I like to look at it like it's debilitated. It is at work. So when a planet is away, it's at work. So think about when a person is at work. Think about when you at work. Now you don't necessarily want to be at work, but you know you there to do the thing, so you can go ahead and go to the crib and you can get paid. So you have to you're not comfortable, but you have to use the tools that you have in order to get the job done. So it can develop minor frustrations at times, and sometimes it can be good times, but all at in general is not a comfortable place and things, and you have to find and search for the comfortable energy in there. You have to find the satisfaction in there. So anytime a planet is debilitated, I like to look at it like it's like a person at work and things of that nature. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you don't, and you have to use the energy you already is in an uncomfortable place and stuff like that. You feel more comfortable to express yourself at home, but when you at work, you got to express yourself and get with the 1-2 of the energy and the vibe of the collection of everybody else there. So that can build minor frustration, stagnated energy, covering up certain energies that don't need to be expressed, that you will freely express at the crib, and all kind of other things that may be so subtle it may not appear to be negative, but in totality it's still blockages in some type of way. So when you think about a planet in its debilitated state, look at it like a person at work. Now, when a planet is exalted, I like to see that like a kid at Disneyland or an adult that's doing something that they actually want to do, whether it's a business that they just got, a relationship that they just got, something that they got overly excited of, and things of that nature. So before actually settling themselves to observe the whole circumstance and calm down, they actually burn themselves out. Pardon me. They actually burn themselves out a little too fast and don't even get to enjoy the whole spectrum. So when you think about a kid, get ready and being told y'all get ready to go to Disney World, and then when we go, they so excited about the first couple rides that they seen on the commercial. Before we even do all the rest of the rides, the first couple of cotton candy and the first 2 rides burnt them out. They tired, ready to go to sleep now, and things of that nature. Didn't even get to enjoy the whole day and the whole circumstance. So it play out like an energy of you over exhausting yourself. So it could be positive because you got it, but you could over abuse what you just got. Whether that's attention, a love matter, a circumstance, a situation, a business matter, or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? You got it. Boom, you're already good. Calm down a little bit though, so you don't over abuse it and it becomes distasteful and you get took right out of the position just as fast as you got into it by that energy. So that's how it play out when a planet is exalted and things of that nature. Now, when a planet is falling, I like to look at that like a person being asleep. So when you go to sleep, you got 3 things. You have a nightmare, you have a beautiful dream, or a mundane dream. This is all over the place, but it's so subtle, don't mean nothing. You wake up tomorrow, have another dream. Same way, where it's like you have a negative day, a positive day, or a mundane day, especially if you keep seeing the same number. Whatever the number is, tell you what type of circumstance you're stuck in. If positive situations happen after that, that lets you know that you're on the right path. Negative situations happen after that, that lets you know you need to switch something up. If mundane situations happen after that, that means you're not doing nothing and you're just being lazy and you're hanging around, and your subconscious mind is trained to be aware of something at a certain time every day, all the way to the clock. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form, or a certain number. So when you understand it like that, now when a person is asleep, they have a nightmare, beautiful dream, or a mundane dream. So when a person have a planet in its fallen position, look at that like a person asleep. So when you have a planet in a fallen position, with that energy, whatever the planet is, sometimes you feel like you a superhero with that energy. Sometimes you feel so withdrawn, you don't know what to do to even have that energy a little bit. And you might start playing resentment or victim a little bit and be aggressive with others, blaming others why you don't have that energy a little bit. And then there's times that you don't even know that this is an energy that you got, negative or positive. It's just coming and going. And someone will have to light a fire under you, negative or positive. Someone will have to tell you your gift and talent and force you to do it so you to realize that it's your gift and talent. Or someone will have to tell you how negative you is and force and show you in smart ways so you to realize that you're in your own emotional funk in some way, shape, or form. So it can play out like that too. You know what I'm saying? So you, some days you might, depending on what side of the bed you wake up on, whatever you got a planet, if it falls in that sign, whatever part of the bed you wake up on that day, when you play out that energy, right? Some days you'll feel like you could take over the world with that energy. It might be too much for people and stuff like that. You might get beat up or something like that or get fired. Some days you feel like you don't got that energy at all. For an example, let's say you got Mars in Cancer, right? So Mars fall in Cancer. So that planet would be sleep. It'd be like a person sleep. So sometimes with a person who got Mars in Cancer, and every now and then a sun, moon, or ascendant, the Cancer energy is made with that archetype. All the archetypes is made out of all the alignments, whether they're there or not. We have to put these things together to make a description of what that energy mean in that binding space in general. You see what I'm saying? So all the alignments and falling and ascensions make up what a planet is, whether you have it in that position or not. That is still that sign. You see what I'm saying? So every now and then, even a Cancer, but mainly Mars in Cancer, right? These people sometimes may wake up and feel like they can argue with everybody and beat up the world. Sometimes they feel like they don't want to fight nobody, and they want to be extremely loving and stuff like that, especially when it comes to family. And sometimes they don't know the creative gift they have, or they don't know how negative of a person that they are, based on a certain situation. And it will play out where an external person will have to remind them in that aspect in some way, shape, or form. So they go through a lot of ups and downs when it comes to the Mars energy. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be like, say a person Virgos, or if you got Venus in Virgo. You know what I'm saying? Venus is exalted in Pisces, so for the most part it falls in Virgo. So, you know, that would be an inverted way of the shadow government saying it's something is exalted below the horizon. So that's how we call the Saturn sun, where it's the fall sun in Libra, right? Lucifer, but it's Saturn being exalted due to the fact of it being in its highest position below the horizon, because we know the sun is actually exalted but above the horizon in Aries, and Libra is the opposite sign. So it's the same distance but different position. And when we're dealing with spring and summer, we see it in a position above the horizon, Aries. When we're just starting fall, we see it in a position below the horizon, Libra. But it's at the same distance of that atmosphere and things of that nature of Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aries. So when it's in Libra, it's in that same distance that's below the horizon, and that's Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? Right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the esoteric transit of the sun allegory of Mars and things of that nature, where it's all in them same distances and stuff. But for the most part, this is how they piggyback and putting the satellite, which this makes them kind of smart a little bit. That's smart to put satellites up. I just don't like how they be rocking people to sleep. And when people fail to understand, nobody never seen these things with their naked eye, just like somebody walking on water. That makes people create their own interpretations. And when the government don't stop people from doing that and allow people to start rubbing two nickels together and make churches and this curriculum for us to argue with each other, that's when I start seeing it being used negatively. And then that's the only when I start attacking the people in rulership and stuff like that. Like, if everybody was just good, fair people and stuff like that, man, I won't have nothing to complain about. Because I look at everybody as individuals. So I don't look at names, titles, groups, and give one thing more power than the other. If you a Mason, I'm looking at individual. Y'all as a group mean nothing to me. You a Jew, I'm looking at individuals. You as a group mean nothing to me. I'm a man. I don't deal with that. Like, Even police put me over, which that don't happen and stuff like that. But cops, whatever, I'm not looking at the badge. I'm looking at you as an individual, your partner, all y'all separate to me in y'all mind, and y'all better not start speaking for one of another either. You know, so you ain't allowed to do that in my presence. Angels don't allow that type of stuff. So it's some type of energy that I speak, just being in that force field would jump into one of the police officer minds for them to not allow it themselves. And then start thinking, well, no, well, I feel this way about this. And then the other cop would be like, well, what you mean? You know, I'll say, yeah, I think we should let Uriel go. And that's it. That's about it. Oh, we really never go no further than that. Never ever. God always gave me confirmation. God never put me through that again. Your angels don't get in trouble, even if the like solid world look like it. But it don't work that way. Like, you know, it just don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to be themselves. Everybody got to do self-evaluation. God don't like, humans that don't like to do that. You know what I'm saying? So God be sending children down here to remind everybody, no matter your badge, you know what I'm saying? No matter the outfit, the costume, no matter what it is, no matter the little bucket hat on top, it don't matter. You gonna do some shadow work that ain't got nothing to do with none of these stuffs. I'm saying real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with no angels. But look, like I said though, getting into the houses. Now, because I just wanted to break that down as far as the exaltations, the fallen, the debilitations, and the home. When it's at home and things of that nature. And for those who don't know, who may be new to astrology and things, because I know this is a new channel and I got a lot of new subscribers and things of that nature. Mars home is Aries and Scorpio, and it's exalted in Capricorn, and it falls in Cancer. Jupiter homes nighttime Pisces, masculine daytime Sagittarius, and it's exalted in Cancer, and it falls in Capricorn. The sun home is Leo, and it's just exalted in Aries, and it falls in Libra. The moon home is Cancer, and it's just exalted in Taurus, and it falls in Scorpio. Y'all see how these masculine feminine relationships is playing out? You know what I'm saying? Mercury is at home in Gemini and Virgo for the nighttime perspective of it, and for the most part is debilitated in Pisces and Sagittarius. Now, if you want to go, Saturn is at home in Aquarius and Aquarius and Capricorn, and it's exalted in Libra, and it falls in Aries. Now, if you want to add the outer planets, based on positioning from astronomically speaking, which astrology or astrologers haven't added a lot of knowledge to it, so you might not find no information about this online. But if you do, those are astrologers that's into astronomy too. So they have a little bit better understanding than the average astrologer. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm going to start kicking videos like this also and stuff like that. So if you want, they're so distant, they kind of cover the whole perspective as far as those atmospheres of the dead stars or the ascendant masters or the outer planets. But for the most part, if you was to give it a position based upon distant, you can kind of correlate one. It's just they don't do it. And astrologers don't dig into it enough to make allegories around it to add it on like the first 7 planets in that attribute due to the fact of it because it's still too far away. So the influence ain't heavy enough like the closer energies. This is why you're going to be affected with the closer planet. That's why Mars is more important when it comes to Scorpio, or Saturn is more important when it comes into Aquarius, or Jupiter is more important when it comes to Pisces. But what add to those 3 signs layers is the lighter them influences that may not be so heavy because it's outer for all of us, but it add a little flavor to Scorpios, Aquariuses, and Pisces. So it's like a co-ruler. So it's Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn doing the same thing, just with a added module to it, an added adjustment to it. So you will see Pisces doing the same thing Sagittarius is doing, just maybe over exaggerating about spirituality a little too much, or imaginations too much. You will see, or see same Jupiter stuff, just add Neptune a little bit. You will see Aquarius is doing Capricorn like things. But you might see the little remnants of Uranus. They may do it in a more unique way, or they may rebel against a natural way of how we're supposed to conduct business and do business in another way, in a humanitarian way, or in a way that they can bring family and friends along other than just being dog eat dog world that could be accepted in the Capricorn mind. You see what I'm saying? You might see Scorpios and things of that nature doing the same thing Mars have them do, just add it with Pluto, transformation of power and control. So Scorpios deal with passion, motivation, desires, but they go through a lot of transformations in those areas though. You know what I'm saying? They may have power and control issues in those areas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it comes to passion, sex, sometimes an Aries might be a little bit more disciplined than the Scorpio, but we both into it the same way. You see what I'm saying? But so I might, as the Aries, I might come across more childlike with it, still into it the same way. You might be manipulating your way of doing it though, and then be playing out weird ways to still try to do what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes you a stinger person without showing them what you really trying to do. And then on the flip side for Aries, sometimes it play out like naive energy. You show your hand too fast, and then for the most part, you should have retracted some things. So it's almost like two warriors with swords. One like to hang behind a tree a little bit longer and strike. One is like to go strike because, hey, we in war. Hey, they know we in war. So why we hide behind a tree if we know we in war already? You know what I'm saying? That'd be the Aries right there. You know what I'm saying? So they can learn from each other, but that's how the energies be playing out. You know what I'm saying? Like for an example, what I do right now as an Aries, me saying the other half or whatever like that, okay, that's up front. Yeah, I'm not promoting no other person's wife or whatever like that. I'm only doing this if my business. I'm doing my other half. See, that's up front. A Scorpio may do the same thing without saying I'm looking for my other half though. The Scorpio might be like, yeah, I need all the women to come to this place real quick and things of that nature because I just need this job, or y'all, it'll be something that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Then that's when y'all figure out y'all get stung. Y'all figure out later on down the line, and it had nothing to do with nothing else. It had nothing to do with changing the world, and it had nothing to do with nothing. Y'all said nothing else. I'll say you thought you was about to get a job. You thought y'all was about to build a new plantation, a new park, and everything and stuff. Y'all, that's what y'all thought and stuff like that. Not in the Scorpio's head. Not in the Scorpio's head. You know what I'm saying? The Aries just tell you up front, look, I'm not even starting it unless I got that first. They see what I'm saying? So it's the other way around. It's the other way around, but they on the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, I had a lot of Scorpio friends, so every now and then the Aries can look at the Scorpio and be like, sometimes you need to do what the Scorpio do, because a lot of times they be trying to get in, you know what I'm saying? And then they be manipulating people. So a lot of times they rock a lot more people to sleep than the Aries. Sometimes the Aries is show something, and then like everything can be justified, and you don't even go that far. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. The Scorpio know how to be like sneaky until it get too far, and then the female got to realize like, well, who the hell I done messed with? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least the Aries up front, so you already know what you're dealing with. The Aries already done jumped off a car and did a backflip or something like that before y'all even started talking. You know what I'm saying? They already did a backflip off the car and there. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. You gotta wait till the Scorpio that made you think they had a tuxedo on. It was all nice. They match your parents' life and stuff. And then 3 months down the line, they start doing backflips off the cars. Then you gotta think, oh, what the hell is this? I got stung. Real stuff. Got stung. I'm saying then you got the real, then you was too late. You just seen it 3 months down the line. You start realizing, getting flashbacks. Your friends, your family members been trying to show you posts on Facebook that you wasn't seeing. They been doing backflips off cars. You know what I'm saying? All the time, you just didn't see it. Whatever they did with you was around. You know what I'm saying? However they did it, that you couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was, but everybody else see it. Your family, everybody, they never stopped flipping off cars and stuff. You just mischievous ass Scorpio. Over that. I'll lay y'all for the bottom bar. Real style, I'll lay y'all for the bottom bar. If you watch my channel. Real stuff. But yeah, all I'm saying there's a whole bunch of synchronicities and stuff if y'all kind of like understand how the energies play out. And especially when it comes to the outer planets, they add layers and stuff like that. So now you can kind of know what's going on and know why you see certain things the way you see it and stuff like that. Even when it comes to passions and motivations and desires that's not met and stuff like that. You will never know the deep trauma that a Scorpio is going through just because they're co-ruled by Pluto. So they're going through that transformative inside of them, and sometimes they use and abuse people like their family and friends, but they don't mean to. Sometimes it's just be fulfilling something that they dealing with inside, and that actual thing can't be presented. And whatever that they're using someone else for may not have nothing to do with that, but it fulfill that. You know what I'm saying? And they can't show what they're actually using a person for because it don't have nothing necessarily to do with that. For an example, you might have been a person that ain't never want to go to church and stuff like that, and somebody always cursed you out about drugs or something like that as a Scorpio. So you took that as a restriction and took that restriction energy and directed it in other areas. So you got real interested in sex and stuff like, so you probably got real more interested in sex stuff like then so it didn't went into a situation where you might use sex because you're fulfilling when grandma used to always force you to go to church and don't smoke cigarettes even when you ain't tried. So, sometimes it could direct in that rebellious energy, but it varies. But I'm just making this one as an example because I'm talking about Scorpio. So I think this is the right one. I think that was the right allegory to go to. You know what I'm saying? The sex one. You know what I'm saying? To make it the right on point allegory. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you'll be having partners that in their mind, they think you their partner. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't took some energies. You probably got Mercury and Libra or something like that. But in your mind, you fulfilling something that you lack that ain't even got nothing to do with you fucking the shit out of them or you allowing them to fuck the shit out of you if you're a male or female. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It got something to do with some trauma that grandma used to always force you to go to church and always make your eardrums sweat about you not smoking and stuff because your uncle died from smoking or something like that, days of that. So you just like, it's this restrictive energy itself you carry with you and you use sex to fulfill it once you got older. I'm saying I'm sorry I have to make it like that, y'all, but trust me, if you're a Scorpio, you get it. I don't have to sit here and like make it sound like I'm condescending or something like that. No, I'm saying so you're flunked out Pisces or flunked out Gemini right now or Taurus, and you thinking like, that sound offending. That sound, trust me, in the Scorpio mind, we right here. Ain't nothing I said was offensive. They know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some of y'all might be thinking, that's the tea, that's the juice. Not no Scorpio mind, that's just the normal. Just the, he talking about me right now. Oh, why he talking? You know what I'm saying? That's in the Scorpio mind. Some of y'all other signs might be thinking it's offensive. Or nah, trust me, they know damn well who they are. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to cover up nothing for no Scorpios. They know who the hell they are. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. We ain't got to say, not all Scorpios, not all. Nah, trust me. That's your other signs. Me and Scorpios, we here in they mind. They know exactly the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be nice. Real stuff. Nobody got to be nice. Everybody flunked in some way. Everybody flunked. Yeah, Scorpio. Shut the hell up now. Yeah, block Uriel's throat chakra. That. Scorpio, block Uriel's throat chakra for a second so he can move on. Move on now. Boy, Uriel. Moving on. Now, let's say you got look, the screen getting blurry, everything. Look, Scorpio's doing witchcraft right now. Like, man, be quiet, man. You talking too much. You talking way too much. I ain't want my mama to know that. This why I got this smack monkey in my room every day, cause deep down, something my mother told me I didn't like when I was 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? About Uriel still talking about me right now. To say I want everybody to believe I really love this person. I want everybody to believe I really love this person, this smack monkey right now in the house. I'm saying real stuff. I'm sorry. I'm saying real stuff. Just clear me up. Stop doing the witchcraft. I'll stop, Scorpios. Let's clear me up a little bit. Clear me up. Real stuff, clear me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff, just clear me up a little bit. All right, we good. Still, we ain't as clear as we used to be, and we leave y'all alone. But yeah, let's say the first house. Now, if you got Venus or Mars in the first. Now, let's say Venus. Now, if you got Venus in the first house, this can lead you into being a person that overindulge into your personal life too much. So you're a person who might love your personal space too much, or then when you do find others you can share space with, sometimes you may blend in too much. So when it's times for you to be seen as yourself, you're not. You know what I'm saying? You might be seen for who you rub shoulders with. And when you try to like express yourself, a person may not give you the respect that you feel like you want, because they'll be constantly bringing up, oh, you got that from this person. Oh, you only like that from this person. Oh, you only in this position because of this person. You know what I'm saying? And that'll get frustrating to you once you start to become older and older and start to experience. It might be energies that you are attracting due to the fact of Venus being in your first house. And sometimes it can lead you into thinking that the way someone else is doing something outside of you, even if they're not. Sometimes you may, by default, make a suggestion in your mind that someone got the better way of doing something. And you might slightly copy individuals every now and then until you go through enough situations of your own to feel like, oh, that's not the right way. Oh, I made that up in my mind to make this to make it seem like this person is dealing with their situations better in some way, and I need to be more like them. And then you'll go through a lot of those foggy things. But in the old totality of things, you'll be loving in some way, or you'll be, a person who can give off energies of value in others, and it may even play out through your personality as you having a pleasant energy. May not always be feature wise, but sometimes it can play out like that. But this your aura itself. Even if you feature wise, quote unquote, with Walt Disney confuse people to think they ugly about, you will still attract people to call you beautiful and stuff like that, having Venus in the first house, due to the fact of just the aura that you may carry due to your characteristics. Now, let's say you got Mars in the first house. Now, Venus debilitated here, but Mars is home here. So sometimes you got natural gifts when it comes to not caring if you have a certain amount of support that the average individual don't even necessarily need to have. Sometimes people go overboard, where it'd be a lot of things we could do ourselves, but based upon being sheltered or spoiled on some type of way, we will add percentage levels where we think we need help at in areas that we were supposed to be sufficient enough to help ourselves. So every now and then, Mars in the first house on a negative end can play out like that, where you got certain gifts, but sometimes it takes you to see someone else in that position for you to finally get up and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it now, and stuff like that. But it'd be something that a lot of people probably already told you that you're good at in some way, shape, or form, that you let that get you wet more than actually doing these things and stuff like that. And then when the world hits you with a little bit of resistance in some way, shape, or form, that can appear to be different reactions from these people who was pushing you along, it'll make you discourage yourself from actually going towards something and compete with them. So you go through a lot of weird competitive energies in a negative fashion. But in a positive, right, you a person who don't necessarily put that guilt trip on others that they always need to be around you in order to deal with your personal interests, personal affairs, personal insecurities, personal issues, and stuff like that, and personal interests. So you could be an inspiration for others too, for they can look at you as an example to remind them that it's something that they ain't doing in their life that they need to start doing and stuff like that. Then now you can start developing personal support and stuff, and a group of passionate people that you can share your space with, aka first house. Now, let's say if you got somebody said Trump on the plug. Yeah, they're creating a whole bunch of Trump psyops right now. Then they was listening to what I'm saying. So now they got Charlemagne and stuff like that talking about it in the way of taking Trump out the hot water of how we looking at it. Because we know Trump, he got all those indictments and stuff like that, but he ain't never going to jail. So, but now they get ready to use that as a psyop as, okay, yeah, Uriel and them be talking like Trump is part of the psyop too. So let's take him out of that hot fire and put him in this part of the psyop. All they doing is taking a magic square and rearranging a number, so the pattern can play out in a different way, but it's still the same square, the same narrative that they want to push out, making us all conservative in some way. It's just they're failing at their intelligence right now. So they don't even really know what to do with Trump like that. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't none of it working. It's like no matter how they make Trump sound like us, we got a way to poke a hole in it to make it seem like this is weird right now. They don't got us the way they had us in 2020 and stuff like that. It's like once upon a time they make Trump catch a few cases or two, say a few curse words, use our talking points against COVID a few times or two, right? And then for the most part, that got us. They'll yeah, I'm even if I'm not into this stuff or not voting at all, still I like what Trump's saying. They don't even got that now. So it's like now everything that they use to come out of Trump's mouth to throw as an egg against the wall, none of it is sticking. Not even the ones that cater to us. We're looking at the ones that cater to us as weird. As how you got all these indictments for us to be conservative. So all they doing is playing a whole bunch of witch trial games and stuff like that with us. All they doing is playing a whole bunch of witch trial games. But for the most part, that's how, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to do something. Yeah, I gotta stay PBS. You're right, because I don't know if they fuzzy messing with my stuff or what. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of this always. It's freezing. And I'm starting to realize too, live ain't really live. Live ain't really live. But all right, but yeah, second house. Now, when it comes to the second house, right? Um, with Venus being here, Venus is home here. Mars is debilitated here. You know what I'm saying? Is at work here. So you got to work to value something. And you always get aggressive and too passionately invested into something that might not be necessarily matching the same value and back energy. You know what I'm saying? So you might be valuing something more than it's valuing you via person, place, or thing, having Mars in the second house. And it can develop a lot of anger and aggression and stuff like that. But this do leads a person to be more all work and no play. So, you know, the positive area is this person was passionate about valuing something that could deal with stability, security, money, or a gift or a talent or their self-esteem, which might isolate them from other individuals by being too high sedity. But on a negative end is due to the fact of the things that they value, they always feel like they have to compete with it anyway and stuff like that. So they might resort with more things to value that they don't have to compete with, and that might be stuff like money or something like that, and then use these things to go back to the people that they actually wish they could value, but have a resentment or a chip on their shoulder. A lot of red pill people today, that's men, probably got Mars in the second house. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it can play out as those traits, whether you red pill or not, or a lot of feminists. But at the same time, or a lot of GMO females and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's becoming a epidemic where the DVD collection and the pets is being bought up out of all the stores. You know what I'm saying? It's being bought up out of all the stores. But for the most part, Venus in the second house is home. So you could overindulge into too much being a helping hand to other people's self-esteem, other people's gifts and talents, other people's stability, security, and stuff like that, where you might take the opposite end of the stick too and shorten up your energy of being valued and thinking. But on this end with Venus here, you might take that as a mission for God and think that's what you're here to do. Where really you're just getting taken advantage of. So don't make up something in your mind to think you're here to be taken advantage of, but in your mind you think you're here to help. And you'll always be in a situation where you can help. Is this, can you keep what you got to help, because you keep helping too much of people that's taking advantage of you with Venus being here. So you can overindulge in the second house too much into the people, places, and things that you value, and it can make you broke, or it can make you homeless, or it can make you unstable in your life, or needing others as a crutch. And based on if they got that same love for you, that'd be the only way you'll be stable in the second house having Venus. Now it play out positively in a lot of other areas that I don't want to get into right now, because I broke it down on the title that Venus was going to be broke down negatively right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, third house. If you got Mars and Venus, Mars or Venus. So we're going to start with Venus. Let's say you got Venus in the third house, right? Now, you might overindulge when it comes to your environment, your friends, your surroundings, things in your location that kind of block or hinder you to when it's time for you to go to another location of that nature, maybe block without understanding this discipline. And what is going on with this freeze? It's freezing like Mortal Kombat. I'm saying they don't need to be doing all that. Let me get clear real quick. Jesus. Why do they mess with my live stream so much? I don't understand that. And I got 5G. I don't understand why they always messing with my Wi-Fi. And this is weird. I don't know why they always messing with my stuff. Hold on. Let me refresh it real quick. Let me refresh it real quick. I don't know if we clear yet. This is some weird. All right, I guess this is clear that they gonna allow me to be. This might just be as clear as they allow me to be, I guess. Oh, it's good. All right, we good now. All right, there we go. All right, so for the most part, so yeah, with Venus being in the third house, you may love, appreciate, or value, or get indulged too much, and you know, be compromising too much with friends and stuff like that ain't really no good for you and stuff. So you have to be careful of that too. Now you got Mars here, right? You get environment, and then for the most part, that might lead to a catastrophic situation if things is not organized the right way. So it could play out like that also. Is they messing with me again? So it be like that. I don't know nothing about no shadow about. Yeah, I don't understand. Man, what is going on with this? Yeah, they messing with my stuff. They're like they hate me. Jesus, like humans hate me. Humans hate me. Yeah, humans hate me for real. And it kind of made me feel weird, even trying to do like some live event type stuff, man. I think whatever I do, yeah, I think whatever I do, I'm gonna just be low key. I don't think I need to, me personally, yeah, I don't think I need to be doing no event and broadcasting it online, like just open to the pub. Yeah, whatever I'm doing is like low key type stuff. Yeah, I'm doing low key stuff. I'm doing low key stuff. This is just too much. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like too many fart clouds. Where I just be regular. But I guess it's some certain humans in this world that they mind got so wrapped up in something that I guess they blame me for or something like that. Cause this is getting old. They don't even be doing this to everybody else no more. They still be playing with my numbers, still making me go blurry in and out and stuff like that. It's like, what's the like point? Like it's like you hate me that much? Jesus. Y'all humans are some devils. I never hated somebody that much. Like people did stuff to me in real life. I don't hate them like that. You know what I'm saying? So like this is weird that humans in this world can hate a stranger like that. This stuff be weird. Like they doing all kind of fluky stuff, just blurry. Like it made me feel like should I even finish it? And I can do it as this pre-records. It seems like it's clear enough now though. Like this is just getting ridiculous though. Like Like I'm on the Archangel Uriel channel. Like they following me all the way on this channel. All the way on this channel. Like it don't even make no sense. I ain't talking about nothing. I did mention something also. But at this point, man, I got so many different types of trolls. Man, it could be anybody. It could be some flunked out, dazzling, distressed female. It could be somebody with a little bit of money online that I may have roasted. It could be a Mason, shadow government. It could be YouTube that's trying to block people. Like it could, man, like I'm getting attacked by so many sides and energies and stuff like that. Man, it could be anybody at this point. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody I debunked online. Yeah, so like just who I am, I can't be out in the open like that. As far as broadcasting out in the open, I see why actual actors and actresses don't do that and stuff like that. That's not smart. But I be trying to be normal. Humanity won't let me be normal. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna get that kind of energy, at least let me be in one of these celebrities positions or something like that, man. I'm just like y'all. But I don't need to be just like y'all and I'm getting all that type of energy the wrong way. Like I'm just getting weird, bunch of weird people making me out to be an enemy in their mind. Like I ain't got time for that. And then I'm just like y'all. Like so then it's making it even weird because they're putting me in their mind in some other position like the shadow government created. So it blocks me from even doing what I want to do with regular people. Because it's like, I don't even know how to do it then. If I got to be the one to sit back and filter through all that too, nah, that's too much. Yeah, let me just go duck off. So yeah, that just changed my mind on certain stuff. I'm still coming to East Coast, I'm still traveling and stuff like that. But as far as like that broadcasting and saying, "Oh, I'm having an event and here's that," I ain't doing that. I'm whatever I'm doing is enjoy myself and finding a new spot to live. That's what I'm doing. I'm saying, and then built from there. Whatever school I'm building there, it's time to get serious. I'm building my credit and stuff like that. I ain't got no time to be playing with no humans. Nah. I'm saying JFK meet. I'm saying real stuff, cause that's going too far when they online. So you mean to tell me it's just a group of humans online waiting for people online to go live to do weird stuff because of we just talking? Man, what other crazy stuff, man, these people will do, especially when you like listen to the amount of like the Republican, the Democratic Party, they be trying to give checks to these celebrities and stuff like that to promote their political party. So man, they like watching stuff like this. This is getting a little scary a little bit. I don't like humans like that. I don't trust nobody in politics. Nothing like that. Like I don't trust none of that because I know that they just humans. And I know it's only a handful of ideas a regular human can come to whatever that come out their mouth. So when I just start seeing any narrative on the news and stuff like that, that just make me feel, man, it's up here. This world ain't about nothing. This bunch of fools. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no fool either. I'm saying real stuff. You know what I'm saying? They like to create all kind of scenarios. Why you think so many people in jail right now? A lot of people in jail right now ain't even do half of these things and stuff like that, man. The government a tricky thing, and they know how to create narratives to turn people who's closest to you to agents. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you got all kind of cases. You know what I'm saying? You caught it from someone you think you trust, but the shadow government knew how to turn them into an agent based upon the fart clouds in the world and putting other people in algorithms. Because you know YouTube and online is the new TV and making this presented this way and this need to be seen and stuff like that. And before you know it, you will go to jail for something you didn't even do. Yay. Yay. Humans out here tricky. That's how they work. You know what I'm saying? You get that weird contract. You know what I'm saying? You know deep down you ain't that good. Whatever you doing ain't that popping. All this sudden you getting all this fame, getting all this spotlight. You get this person wanting to come to your house and give you this contract and something like that. Man, you getting ready to get used for something. Man, this is scary. This is a scary world, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't run either. I fight. So y'all don't want no fight. But y'all stop playing with me and my numbers and stuff like that. I'm saying. Because I get the most views online. They just trying to block the shine and trying to make it seem like hard work don't pay off. So they manipulating my numbers and stuff and freezing them. And they even froze my subscribe thing on my main channel, but this channel still getting subscribers. So you mean to tell me the other channel ain't getting subscribers and I be on that channel still? That don't make no sense. It's which I've been knew it was froze, but I'm just allowing y'all to see the actuality of it, so you don't think I'm lying. But this been going on for the past 3 years. Y'all been seeing other people's channels, all this, so y'all know this is regular now. They just doing it retarded too much though. I don't like to keep going. Look, here I go. When I get back into it, it go blurry again. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Right, they just demonetize to me out the algorithm, freeze, and then they make other things lit, so it could be the distraction, and the average individual turn into an agent. Then instead of a person listening to me, hearing that I'm saying I'm kicking a good game, in their mind they'd be like, oh well, yeah, I ain't listened to Dolo in a while because I've been listening to this and stuff like that, because yeah, a lot of people be on this, a lot of interaction, a lot of comments, and then they're not even considering what the person is actually saying. It's more just like a group hug type circumstance, motivational speaker type situation, and that blocks people like me and other people like me from actually getting the true message out and stuff like that. And that's another psyop. That's another psyop. See, if I would have bragged about the thousands of live stream viewers that I was getting and stuff, if I would have bragged, because I already put that to the test, and talked about it in the way that they wanted me to talk about it, and I'm still bragging like in my ego about it, they would have allowed my numbers to keep doing that. The moment I tell y'all what they doing, whether the numbers, they take it there or drop it or manipulate it, the moment I start explaining it and stuff like that, they don't like that. It's like I'm showing them I'm aware, and they don't have no egg to throw against the wall to see where I'm unaware at. You see what I'm saying? To be able to create a narrative where they can use Neil deGrasse or somebody that use a talker point that hopefully I could get distracted with that and then start speaking that rhetoric to y'all like I'm agreeing with something. No. You can't use me for nothing. Know that. I'm the only user in this realm of reality. Can't use no angel for nothing. Y'all shouldn't have summoned me down here. I'm the only user. The hell? Y'all better get on with y'all witchcraft. Look, it's blurry all over the place. Numbers all over the place. Y'all go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. All I'm doing is teaching my little subconscious community about Venus and Mars and the goddamn houses. Who cares if I threw in the shadow in there a little bit? I ain't go deep. I'm saying I ain't go deep. So, somebody said looks and sound fine. Are we good now? I don't like how my numbers keep jumping though. But I should stop paying attention to that. You know what I'm saying? I should stop paying attention to that. But it's just, I'm trying to pinpoint it to y'all, so y'all don't think y'all just tripping, or y'all think I'm just tripping and ain't paying attention. No, I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I talk the way I talk, and they don't like that though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is what it means to fight a spiritual fight. You know what I'm saying? Even when you know you fighting spirits that the bodies, they're not in no bodies around you at the moment, and the spirit's trying to come here inside of golems, energy, thought forms, that other spirits that know how to direct energies at. So this is how you fight spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? And you know you ain't talking to yourself, and it's correspondences. And now we got live on YouTube and connection. This is what it means to fight spiritual warfare. You're fighting a bigger fight. You ain't just up here being a math teacher. You ain't just up here being a science teacher. You ain't just up here being a conscious teacher or teaching people things. You also fighting a spiritual warfare. Learn how to add that to it. You know what I'm saying? So you teaching in all areas. So the shadow government becomes students too. Learn that you have to do your fight in other ways. This way in weaponry system that you're throwing at people is weak now. Is weak. Those weapons is not prospering anymore. It might have prospered with our grandmothers. Our grandmothers might have got hit with a David and Goliath rock, boom, aka a news channel with a cold narrative to make her believe, yeah, we need to all go down and vote and go to church. Yeah, our grandmother might got rocked to sleep with that rock and stoned to death, but we ain't getting stoned to death. That's what that mean. If y'all didn't know what that mean in the book, when you getting stoned to death. You know what I'm saying? See, they hate bringing that type of knowledge. They're like, dang, why is you be quiet? You know what I'm saying? Man, people allowed to have their power back. People allowed to know what these energies mean so they can start using it for themselves. So they can have a gavel somewhere with a judge cloaked on and judge their family and circumstances from the right perspective. Not throwing a rock at another glass house and they got one too. No, they can actually be in that court office because they did enough shadow work to appear to be like whatever that they're judging or being judgmental about could be respected. You know what I'm saying? That's how you play out being the adult spirit. What I just said and how the allegory of the Bible give you your power back in that allegory right there. You know what I'm saying? For you to be the judge of your own life and not always need something to judge you. So you allow a person who just as a smack monkey as you start to judge you. And they can't judge shit but being a Beavis and Butthead. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't like that. They don't like that, man. And I don't like that I picked a certain body to come down here in a certain geographical location and we got humans that's already in position of power willing to block even individuals who already don't have nothing. Even though I know how to get my 1-2 together, but see, me being in a position like everybody else and stuff like that, they know I take over and everything. So they can't have that. But for them to be so much in their ego to stop me from getting anywhere, also, that's like negative to humanity in some way, even though I ain't human, but that's like I could be going through a health issue in some way with my hernia or something like that. The shadow government trying to stop my water because of me just talking, not harming nobody, but behind closed doors, they're just stopping a person from being able to take care of themselves. And if you're looking at it in that aspect, that makes them demonic. Like, why are y'all so invested in what people are talking about and stuff like that to the point that you're stopping people in their life that may not even have anything to do with a person is talking about? So that's what I be looking at when I be thinking about YouTube, which they ain't stopping me from doing nothing. I can take care of myself, but I'm just using that as an example. They could be doing a lot of things to other people online that might got real good gifts and talents and stuff like that. And sometimes they may need to talk like this because this is what a lot of other people is into. And this is their only way of getting the 1-2 together. How is YouTube creating some type of concept where they stopping people like that from being able to take care of their livelihood because they just online somewhere paying their Wi-Fi bill and just talking? People in no position of political power or nothing like that, and y'all claiming people like me do, and y'all like creating things that's going too extreme in other areas of life that shouldn't have nothing to do with nothing. I thought we was all people. Now, this is getting weird. That's why I say this word is scary. Because you shouldn't be scared of no things they trying to make you believe. The grave lengths, that the things that the shadow government would do to make you believe something is what you should be scared about. So now that you know what makes them scared and fear is every time you show them what you don't believe. So every time you show them you don't believe, you're not giving no energy to that magic square. You're not allowing them to do anything to you. So you could have generational curses for the past 2,000 years, cry about why the shadow government is never getting karma, but yet you still waiting for your Messiah to come back and things of that nature. No, that's just y'all being reprobate spirits. You get the same thing that you do to others that you allow others to do. And y'all been allowing them to do this for y'all for the past 4,000 years. So this is why they're not getting the karma back, because you allowing it in the esoteric world. So you're giving all your esoteric currency, your attention, a collection of your thoughts and feelings, and directing it to the things they want you to pay attention to. Their magic squares, their boxes up there, down here, their wrestling mats, aka your jobs and your theologies and your religions and your entertainments. And then for the most part, once y'all all get abducted and stuff like that, right, now you have allowed them to give you small crumbs because you're giving all you being able to produce your esoteric money currency to them. Then they transmute it to the things you like, what you giving them attention for, and give you crumbs to do it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the donation, Peter. Oh, I appreciate that for the bottom of my heart. You got a channel, y'all, too. Shout out to the whole subconscious community. But yeah, I'm about to create this soul group cult for real. I got to. You know what I'm saying? This is getting too much. You know what I'm saying? The thing. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be around some trusting people around me, or trusting person around me and stuff like that. I can't just be dolo all the time and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta get, and I don't need to be around my daughter all like that. And, you know what I'm saying? And just, I don't need, you know what I'm saying? These people need to be placed up real separate from what I got going on. Real separate from what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So God made sure I got that straight already. You know what I'm saying? So I go ahead and do this little mission. You know what I'm saying? Daddy got a mission to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yeah, I gotta do it because there ain't no really circumstance that I see this world even going in. You know what I'm saying? This world is going real flunked out right now. They don't even know if they want me to be blurry or clear. They don't know if they want me to have 100 viewers or 300 viewers. They don't know if all this is an illusion. All this is an illusion. Illusion. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. But yeah, let's say, all right, if you got Mars in the third house, you might get into a lot of competitive energy and stuff like that when it comes to your surroundings, your friends. Or you may feel like you're competing with yourself because you might need to match yourself with the environment, and you might be in a low-hanging fruit environment and you feel like you need to prove yourself within that environment to break a generational curse or something like that, or be the example. Be the example for others in that environment to show them new things to do. So you, with your passion, you might show a new expression. They just keep going blur. Yeah, they gonna play. They just playing tonight. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that'll play out. Also, let's say if you got Venus or Mars in the fourth house, with Venus there, right? You might overindulge into privacy too much, or home or family, to the point that you might be a mama's boy, a mama's girl. You know what I'm saying? A daddy's boy, a daddy's girl, whoever raised you. A foster parent girl, foster parent boy, grandma girl, however case may be. You know what I'm saying? Or you just attached to family. Or you might develop a whole bunch of situations where it become toxic energies between you and your family. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a lot of toxic energies because one person overindulging into this, another person overindulging into that. It might be a lot of loving and support, but on a negative end, a lot of being in each other's business also, because everybody need each other in that loving attribute based on negative circumstances. You know what I'm saying? To help one person with their insecurity, help another person with their overindulgence, help another. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times the help be perceived on negative basis too. When it comes to overindulgence, so you have to be careful of that. Now Mars here, there could be a lot of competitive energy when it comes to family, where family don't even feel like family a lot of times. It feel like people that you need to prove something to, or they trying to prove something to you or something like that. And a lot of extreme sarcasm go on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of extreme, especially when you're not in a better position than auntie or something like that, or your cousin or something like that. A lot of extreme sarcasm going on with Mars in the fourth house. You know what I'm saying? You might do that. You might be mentally trained so you think that's normal. Then you start getting friends in the world, and then start going out, and then when you get around their family structure and stuff like that, you start to realize, nah, that's not really normal. Then you'll start to realize you kind of bring trauma to your relationships when you go out and about and stuff, because you might think that's what you need to do to get friends and stuff. You might think that's cool and go get your own friends in the world when you start living life beyond your family and be perceived as being two-faced in the world. But when you at home, you might have thought that was normal because you was raised up under, you know what I'm saying, somebody on the phone all day talking about another family member and stuff like that, and hanging up, and then saying a completely different thing that they was just saying with the person on the phone. And then you like start thinking that, oh, these things is normal, which is a whole bunch of fake and phony energy and stuff like that, where it's cool to be one way with a person around, and then as soon as they leave, you another way type stuff. And your whole mind get trained to that energy, where you go out and about in your own life and start thinking that you get your way of going about getting friends being that same kind of way, and you'll get put into like being seen as two-faced, but in your mind you think you have to compete, and then it'll play out real negatively when it comes out with the people that you're close to. Come on, YouTube. Hey, man. I see, like for things like this, I could be on like my other half channel or something like this. I just got to take the time to build that. But just don't make no sense, man. YouTube, you got to stop. See, I be thinking of ways to rock YouTube to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know I'm me. So YouTube can't stop me. But all the trying to stop me is like stuff like this. So I like in mean times, that's why I be thinking a whole bunch of other stuff that could be in play. When little stupid stuff like this happen, they can't stop me anyway. So I just be having other ways that I know they can't stop me in. I just gotta just start doing them. But other than that, all they about to do is just keep being flonkety flonk and chase me around. I could make it probably a new page right now with 10 subscribers and probably go live 5 times. As soon as they catch on, that live stream will probably jump to 1,000 one day and it'll jump back down. You know what I'm saying? Like all they do is follow me around. Like I don't know why they so on me like that. It ain't that deep. I don't really feel like it's that deep. It must be though. It must be. Like I said, we in a new time. We in a new time. Y'all better start taking y'all power back. Because one thing they can't stop is even when it's the people that's in these positions with them. There's always good and bad people. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't want to get too much into details, but when I say the world is what it is, it is what it is. But there is no other way to get your 1-2 together without this. It's just when you do it on extreme levels like me, it still be weird. But they still can't stop nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're just weird. You know what I'm saying? Just get weird though. It's like weird. It's like, dang, humans really be invested into hatred. You know what I'm saying? They really, and then they make something that ain't really hatred with love behind it, but make it appear to be hatred based upon how much flame is on the sword. And whatever messenger is preaching that message. So this is how they be creating people to be appearing to be radicals and stuff. Like I said, if you ain't government funded, it don't matter if you're coming to them with your political party or whatever like that. It won't be considered that. And they'd be creating all kind of news narratives and stuff like that, making y'all and agents around y'all look like y'all rebellious, or what they call that, the rebellious, some type of martyrs or something like that. That's all they do. So you can't. That's why I be telling even Pan-Africans and Aboriginals, look, y'all already the lost tribe. Stop clinging to their names. Make up a new name. Come up with a character about y'all, like a way of life, so it can appear to be a religion, but it's just a spiritual system. Let them know that y'all could come together as a community with that one kind of concept, and now y'all could get liberation and respiration. Not y'all claiming that people lied to us and calling, and y'all trying to find the names that they already gave y'all because they trying to categorize y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thinking of things backwards. This is why you don't have to look like a Jew, but you could be a Jewish. You could be Jewish, something like it. Just joining their practice, a community. So don't you think the Jews sat around and came up with that name? Why y'all ain't creative? Y'all act like y'all be trying to do what they do, but y'all don't do it. Y'all sitting there trying to argue over names like religious people. Oh, they used to call us this. Oh, but we that. And this is how we get liberation first. Where them themselves didn't even do this. They sat around and came up with the name Jews and came up with like, we gonna live like this and this, that, and the third. And then they had something to bring to the table. They J and they added it on to the Greeks. They're G. Now we up under both of their stuff. Won't y'all already know y'all mutts. So won't y'all all just come together? Because anytime y'all have sex, that's all y'all doing is making new mutts. We call them. That's all we all are. Now that you know that, and stop thinking you an original racer, that don't make no sense. Now that you know that, come up with a new name, come up with a speculatism, some spiritual system y'all all can agree that, so y'all don't be in that sports versus concept, and then live that out as a community so we can see it work, so the Jews can see it work, so the Greeks can see it work, aka England and all them. And then boom, now y'all can have y'all letter to the table, which I'm trying to do. I'm trying to add the U to the G and the J. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna let me too. They gonna let me too. They gonna let me too. Mason's already stealing my rituals and spells and 5 Bible rituals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shit, and they mind is already like that. And they mind, actually, it's UGJ. You first. Rest in peace, Pimp C, UGK. Watch something about Pimp C being everybody's algorithm tomorrow about something. I'm saying, real stuff. I know my power. But yeah, I get upset sometimes. That kind of throw me off. So I gotta fight spiritual warfare for a second. You know what I'm saying? And get out the demiurges and fight spiritual warfare for a second. Because I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate my intelligence being insulted. I know what's going on. You're not gonna confuse me and make me start talking about distraction again. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the cash app, Crystal. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, see, now y'all know. Y'all could use me as an example. It's really humans in power sitting back being weirdos. It's really like that. Like you will be surprised. That's why it don't matter if you think what you talking about, you not getting no views. Trust me. Somebody seeing it in a higher position than the people you think you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's indefinite. And I don't even use definite. I like to use infinite, but it's indefinite. We actually start really coming together nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, y'all all gonna be in a position where y'all not even gonna be able to take care of yourselves. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? There's a homeless surge going on that don't have anything to do with you being secure right now and having a job. It got everything to do with a psyop. And they're forcing certain circumstances and people to be out of their homes and to be moved into Airbnbs for certain circumstances and stuff, like a small jail. It's getting deep right now, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's getting real weird. It's just getting weird out here. I shouldn't be talking like this on this channel, but they didn't follow me over here. They didn't follow me over here. And I ain't got no female channel yet that I could just sneak on her page and then see they get rocked to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And every now and then I'm live on there with a regular video like this and they not paying attention. So it'll go to 100,000, 200,000. Then when she do her own stuff, 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I know how to rock the game to sleep. Cause I be peeping game. I am an astrologer. I am a tarot card reader. So that's in my algorithm too. So I see certain females that's tarot card readers and stuff that's automatically in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Automatically shoot 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. You know what I'm saying? They can afford to not go live and not upload for a few weeks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting a female in that position. Especially if it can help me get a goddamn building and shit like that. That we got the common goal and interest. You know what I'm saying? Common goal and interest. That's why I have to kind of stop the online stuff and do the little real life stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I have people trying to promote their books and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All married and stuff like that. I can't get none out of that. You know what I'm saying? No school gonna come out of that for me. You know what I'm saying? People want me in movies and soundtracks and stuff for free. I can't get no school off that. I'm saying real stuff, but I sure can see possibilities in algorithms and YouTube and rocking YouTube to sleep and doing what I already do in real life. Whew, shoot. I sure see possibilities. I sure see them all. And when I think about those type circumstances, I see bright futures. To the point that I could already had a school. It's just I got to make it make sense. I had a school already. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That I looked at that. That's too much on my plate. That was way too much. I did a video or two in it though. You know what I'm saying? I made sure when I had the keys for that week, I had my way with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I had to let them know, yeah, I ain't about to turn this into no project either, though. Yeah, I said I ain't about to turn this into no project either. I'm cool. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I had the keys and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I got like a couple videos in there. And I went live in there. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. And I can go get it anytime though, but here's my thing. I don't want to be in Youngstown either. I'll say that's my thing too. I don't want to be in Youngstown either. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Look, they got, don't tell me they got this video shadow banned too. Jesus. They got, oh no, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just the school right here. You know what I'm saying? It's some of the school right there. You know what I'm saying? I would have had to get the toilets fixed. I would have had to get all the pipes fixed and stuff like that. Everything goddamn fixed. Ain't nobody got time for all that goddamn shit. Yeah, I'm the only one that's allowed to be behind the shit though. I got the keys. I got the keys. You can see the keys hanging on my pilot outfit. Said I had the janitor keys. I had the keys to all the rooms, everything. You know what I'm saying? Real, that was my school. You know what I'm saying? Just I ain't cut the check though. So I ain't cut the check. And they was waiting too. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to talk. So I be having realtors excited. You know what I'm saying? I be having realtors like be betting they bottom dollar on me, cut off everybody else who was talking to them and everything. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be talking so good, I don't be meaning to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be talking so good, I don't be meaning to. I probably could have had it for a while without putting it. It's like, but I don't like starting something I can't finish. I don't like starting stuff I can't finish. I know how to talk though. I know that. You know what I'm saying? They start betting they bottom dollar and stuff like that. Like, wait, hold on, wait a minute and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta let them down. Like, I ain't trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I start promoting it for the whole week and stuff like that. But I ain't see what inspired me. I ain't see a lot of people saying, "Yo, should I come to that school?" Or it just seemed like it was just a whole bunch of people cheering me on that I just got it. So I looked at my pockets and be like, "Oh, my pockets wouldn't appreciate that." You know what I'm saying? All the applause and stuff, my pockets wouldn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So my pockets looked at it like, give a fuck about the applause. So you know what I'm saying? So I start thinking, I give a fuck about that school here. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Real shit. But it was dope though. It was dope for that little week. I felt like the principal, the administrator, the teacher, you know what I'm saying? The nurse, the janitor, the goddamn it, everything, everything, goddamn it, the science teacher, the math, I was everything that week in my mind. I said I was everything in my mind that week. Real stuff. I said till I start thinking about everything I got to do to make sure it's up and running and sufficient. Then if it's up and running and sufficient, is it even going to be running with people in it and stuff like that? Because I've been flunked out Youngstown. Do I got to just promote it here? So then what the hell am I going to be online for? If I'm promoting it online, but then it's only going to be filled in with people around. So it's like, it got kind of confusing to me. I was like, hey, I ain't about to take that duty and obligation. No, I'm saying I ain't taking that duty and obligation. Just to look like something. I know I'm a Leo ascendant, but don't forget I'm an Aries sun. I can give a fuck about the stage and being to get the attention just for the like of something that don't matter when we go behind the curtains. Aries like behind the curtains energy. You know what I'm saying? That's the sun ain't quite here yet on Earth, so it's somewhere out there. Aquarius is understand where Aries be at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could be a team player, but what's the purpose? You know, see, now that's where Aries and Aquarius connect right there. You know what I'm saying? Connect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could look like we on Earth, but what's the purpose? Somewhere that ain't on Earth, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody might not know where we went, or, you know what I'm saying, might be scared to jump off that cliff, but you know, just know that, goddamn it, it's the purpose beyond the solid world. Just let us bring birth some newness down here in reality. Just get on board. Don't be worried about how we don't know what we're jumping at. Don't worry about you don't know where the spaceship is going. Just know we going somewhere new. Just know we going somewhere new. I'm saying real stuff. Now that's where Aries and Aquarius get down. Aquarius is with me on this. They like, yeah, shit. I'm on getting to school. I'm on getting a place where we could create like a rescue mission for people and lost animals and stuff. I'm on that too. But what's the purpose? Y'all saying that might be what Capricorn don't get from us. Capricorn might just be single-minded on, let's just do it first. Let's get it built. But wait a minute, is the business going to run, though? You just trying to look like the boss. That's all. You care more about that if you're the Capricorn. Oh, you just care more about that. Just looking like the boss. You're not caring about if we fail or not. You just care more about, yeah, because I ran this and everybody else didn't do this right. That's why we failed. Nah. Be quiet. You got to figure out the point first. You ain't got the Uranus aspect. You ain't got the exaltation of the sun aspect. You know what I'm saying? Sit your goddamn just wanting to sit down on you with the crown and your little queen princess thing, tiara on your head face. You know what I'm saying? You just want to look like the boss right now. Be quiet. Just trying to use us right now. Oh, saying real stuff. Oh, let's just get it together. We could go get the seats and buy the stage and get the curtains and stuff like that, but ain't nobody gonna be in it to run and stuff like that. Oh, because of y'all. But you know, I made sure that's all you want to do. See, that's all you want to do. Why we have to go through all that? Just because that's what you want to do. You want to build your resume and look good. Yeah, be quiet. You flunked out Capricorn. Thanks for the donation, Peter. I appreciate you for the mom. Real stuff. Well, yeah, that's with Aquarius. They understand with Aries we understand. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to do something new, man, don't care. Man, family don't matter at that point. You know what I'm saying? Family, friends, none of that matter at some point. And if they ain't coming, it ain't our fault either. We ain't got to feel guilty about it either. Matter of fact, our distance and stuff like that should be the message. It should be the reminder. They ain't doing something. So, you know what I'm saying? So Aquarius understand that like Aries sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So we always got to have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could jump down on Earth and be like, yeah, we can do this, we can do that, we can do that, we can do this, that, and that. Oh, what's the purpose though? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then when y'all want us to start explaining the purpose, y'all want to act like, oh, it's something new, it's something weird, just too scary. Nah, I don't know. I said, let's come to space. It's time to come to space. It's time to come to space. Get out of Earth. Oh, your Earth solid mind. I said, it's time to come to space. Real stuff. I'm saying, but yeah, the government, they trying to do me dirty right now and play me bad. Just do me bad. They want to mess me up right now because I know how to do the Michael Jackson 90-degree angle. That's why. I'm starting to believe that's why now because I do the Michael Jackson 90-degree. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to believe that's what's why now. They're like, oh, we can't do this. Let's create the 90-degree angle fuzziness on his screen. You don't get to come out here and saying to try to do 90-degree angles. We already used Michael Jackson. You ain't allowing us to use you as a puppet. Don't do no 90-degree angles. You know what I'm saying? This how they be thinking and stuff. Y'all don't know that, but I'm telling you, that's how they be thinking. That's how they think. Y'all don't know this type of stuff. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you like do the good energies in the world and stuff like that, but you be playing out characteristics that they got to sit back and be like, wait a minute, they ain't going to allow us to rub our nuts across his butt? Wait a minute. Wait. See, they'd stop it. They'd be like, oh, let's stop his water. Let's stop her water. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. That's all it's about. Say you ain't allowed to do the good. Whoa, you ain't allowed to do 90-degree. Oh, here it come blurriness again. Here it come. I ain't allowed to do it because I can't be used as a puppet. That's it. That's all it's about. They ain't about nothing, man. They ain't about nothing. Shadow government ain't about nothing, man. They don't want no sidewalk lighting up when somebody take a step on it. About nothing. As soon as it light up, oh, something wrong with Wi-Fi. Something wrong with the ATM machines now. You can't get your money. Oh, see, they always trying to stop something. Like, they ain't about nothing, man. Yeah, we got to come together now. It's getting spooky online and stuff like that. So when we come online, we either got to be together and stuff like that. And then let them know that they got to try something else. So then online will start being clear again because they'll be trying to figure out some other distraction. You know what I'm saying? But right now, as far as us only doing this is their main focus to distract right now. So we got to constantly get the real people demonetized, blurred up, and algorithms full of aliens and stuff like that, and other regurgitated Anunnaki stories from other flunked out buttercream, miscellaneous jawline people born out of incest. So that's what we're going to have for the next few months until someone be the leader. But I'm going to be the leader. I don't care how scary, how unknown, if I know what I'm doing or don't know what I'm doing. I got to be the leader. Because that's all that be taking. People be knowing the mission, but everybody ain't cardinal and a cardinal sign, and everybody ain't really in that position. So the people who got the intellect to be in that position Go ahead, lead. Start leading. Start leading your soul tribe. You know what I'm saying? And I need to speak for myself too, which I've been doing. Because, I mean, the shadow government really been blocking all these things in real life and stuff like that. All the way back in 2019. But now we just come to a point that we got to know that they ain't going to stop. So we just can't wait no more. I can't wait no more. They're not stopping. They're actually getting worse, trying to stop people's water now and stuff. So it's like, nah, now it don't matter what they do now. We still got to go ahead and do it. Ain't no opening gate for us to opening. They're not allowing it. It never been the same. They've been telling us that, oh, okay, it's going to open up again, this and open it. It really never clearly opened up again. Everybody got to do some weird fart cloud stuff now. It never really opened up the way they promised us. It never did. And we're distracted into thinking it is because we allowed back outside part was released. That was just 1% level of it. That was just 1% level of it. And that's even still weird because it's still people still wearing masks out here. So it's like, it's still a mental fart cloud, still a mental jail, whether we outside or not, still a mental jail. But that's only half of it. It never fully went back, and we all distracted to the point that if you're a person that like to travel a lot, you probably still experience March 2020, the last 2 weeks of March 2020 still. You probably still getting harassed. The airport traveling is a big mess right now. It's probably all kind of stupid stuff still dealing with COVID, all kind of stupid stuff just to travel from country to, so a lot of people who make a lot of money, and shout out to all y'all, and y'all do business stuff and stuff like that, or even passport bros, whatever the case. I don't respect why y'all being passport bros. You're supposed to be doing things for a purpose. But just that energy itself that I'm speaking about, anybody who is in that position to be able to travel, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all still experiencing hands-on the last 2 weeks of March 2020. Where, you know, people who ain't doing much and they just distracted by going outside, but they still in a small mind in their neighborhoods and stuff like that. They're still getting hit with everything else, but getting distracted a little bit because of the outside energy is still being played out and got released. But that outside energy haven't still been released either, especially if you're a person who travel a lot, especially from country to country. You still witnessing the same thing everybody else still in, just who don't realize it because they ain't in life the way they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's still experiencing March 20, the last 2 weeks of March 2020. Everybody's still in that dumbass energy. That's the energy they got us all in. And it's getting ridiculous. And the little fart clouds they making us pay attention to voting season now. You know it's getting election season. It's going to get real flunky. You know what I'm saying? So New Yorkers, y'all be careful because there's going to be a lot of strip and stretch, what they call that, strip and search thing. That's going to be going way more than, because, you know, it was probably every other week or something like that. It's about every other day now. You know what I'm saying? California is about to be all kind of another more weird fart clouds to make y'all get off the streets in some way, shape, or form and make up reasons why that makes sense. For y'all in Texas, Atlanta is an example right now of what they get ready to do to everybody, which I've been warned y'all. Last time I was in New York, I warned y'all about that they was about to be the hot spots. And remember, one of the main ones I said was Atlanta. Look who all got the RICO charges and stuff now. I said that before they even... Remember, I always say things first. I always say everything first. I say everything first. That last thing that was an offspring from was just when Bobby Smurder and everything in New York and stuff like that. And then I told y'all, I'm like, look, the hot spots. Chicago, Atlanta, Texas, California. Don't y'all see that being a hot spot right now? Didn't Young Thug get caught in all this YSL? Everything is hot spots right now. But people are not listening to me. But a lot of people did listen to me. That live stream, I had 1,000 people in that live stream when I was in Magic Washington Square Park. And I was breaking that down for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So people was listening on that one. Because the day after all the videos that was in my algorithm, was confirmation. There was a lot of people slightly using my talking points and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, people waking up. Because I'm not the type of person like everybody else. can't wait to use something for me and then talk down on people and then boost myself up. I'm an angel. I'm not allowed to do stuff like that. Even if I can see when I can do that. We're not even allowed to look at it like that. Like sit somewhere to ourselves and boast about it. Like, look at the world copying us. God wouldn't even give us the ability for the world to even look like us to do that ability. Whatever you do behind closed doors is the energy you manifest in the solid world from the liquid and gas. So if it's pure and genuine, that's the only way you got the pure genuine of the energy. For an example, for me to come into this type of body, but still be able to come to all ages, all races, all theologies, all floatness, everybody in the world and things of that nature, that means behind closed doors, I really feel like that. Beyond me, that the average person who probably in these lower desires could probably look at me in my position and be like, yeah, I bet Dolo be somewhere like thinking about himself like, yeah, he did that and how he did that and stuff like that. But for me to have the ability to even do that, I can't have that human thought. You get it? I'm not even, but me being an angel, I understand where that thought come from when I'm trying to observe humanity. So this is what makes us a teacher by default too, as angels, because we're studying y'all and we're trying to be like y'all. We really pity y'all. We really be trying to be like y'all. You know what I'm saying? But for me to have that ability in the first place is because in my real life, I know I'm not even allowed to think like that. So my mind is in other areas to develop abilities that add all that in it. It's the stuff that don't got nothing to do with boasting and stuff that already got something to do with areas I'm not even aware of until I express it and God give me the confirmation. Like, yeah, whatever you express has the ability to reach multitudes of people, not just small worlds and baggage and biases. And that's how I talk to God to be able to know when I'm seeing God in front of me, even if it's through an inanimate object, because God the master of that, putting energy in inanimate objects. If you're the wise spirit, you got to know how to find God like that, see God like that, because God is nothing. So God give us all of our own individual spiritual power, the ability to create awareness, energy. And then when we create a solid, the more we could create and make that solid pregnant, we are adding that energy, that mind, into that inanimate object, that golem. God gave us that power. That's the power all of us as spirits got. So when you let God teach you that power and stuff like that, you're able to do that in beyond the solid world. So when you hear me say things like changing the piping system and stuff like that, there's a deep psyche of what I actually do beyond me making it a witty banner and making it sound like when a Mason hear it, oh, that sound good. He sound like he know what he talk about, but he don't. Do he actually do it? But when they start to witness things in their real life and then they see a live stream of my minds and I talk with confirmation, they like, oh, no, he really do it. See what I'm saying? Because I be hunting people. You know what I'm saying? But people, I'm an angel. I know not to do that with regular humans, whether they're negative to me or not. I already understand a human being negative to me. Humans that's in power, I use my power for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how they use it on y'all for a person that is being a troll and negative to me, for them to even be in the mind at the end. So I forgive them in higher ways, even if I'm being negative to them in a solid world with flaming swords. They're not my worries here. You know what I'm saying? And I take my battle beyond. You know what I'm saying? But then, yeah, we demon slayers. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Dolo the Vampire Slayer. I still need to work on that television show too. You know what I'm saying? Just need to get substantiated in the area and stuff like that and have trust in people that I know gonna have the consistency so we'd be on it every other day and then it'd be done. But for the most part, yeah, they playing hardball right now and they don't need to be doing all that. Thank you so much for the donation, Wayne's World. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I mess with that movie too, Wayne's World. Always thought that was a real life version of Beavis and Butthead. Like they always came out with shows or movies that kind of, like, if you young enough, you might get confused and think that, oh, this is a physical version of the cartoon. Like I used to always think not Family Matters, but Home with Children, Married with Children. I always thought that was the physical version of The Simpsons. And then Wayne's World, I always thought that was the physical version of Beavis and Butthead. I was like, what the heck? But it's not. But It kind of like it. It's kind of like it though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like it. You can kind of put the two and two together. You know what I'm saying, brother? They probably got the same directors or something like that. Or I haven't looked into it that deep though. You know what I'm saying? So it might got something to do with that. Whether they're promoted by the same network company. So whatever Mason narrative that they was creating at the time by the group of Jesuits and Jews in the Watchtower for our knowledge to be taught by their indoctrination for the next 10, 15 years, making allegories off the outer planets to make an adjustment to their cartoons and their curriculum and their education system. You know, whatever space that they was in at that time, that's what the networkings and the cartoons was going to look like. So it don't matter which one it was, we was all watching the same stuff anyway. Whether you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog and you got to go get the 7 stones, and then you got to go to the special stage, the Dream World. Whether you're playing Mario and you got to go through a pipe to go to the special stage, you know what I'm saying? So whether it's Sega or Super Nintendo, Japan, whatever, you're playing the same video game. It's some Mason's concept. Just put in somebody's who indoctrinated, trying to rub two nickels in the world together, produced it from their individual perspective. So their social security number is attached to helping the shadow government build their world, and we're their sheep. So anytime you're not doing things built in their world, their technology and stuff like that, you're a reprobate. Time for another president to create a depopulation control through the medical and the food, convincing you that you need to fight their war to kill another and get killed. And the slow death that the medicines that y'all take to take something that they created in the air in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of crazy stuff. That's why I said, like, and we was connected and stuff like that. Thank you so much for the cash app, Corey. That's why I said we was connected in real life. If they didn't block us in 2019, and a lot of us would have been doing this since 2019 and stuff, a lot of individuals would have had an example so they could participate, and it wouldn't have been so many individuals stuck in their comfort zone around their family and friends that became agents to make them feel like it was comfortable to take the jab. Like they would have like these individuals would have actually been around their soul tribe or had examples. So even if they was stuck in their comfort zone, they would have still refused the fart cloud that their family that turned into agents around them start to wash down their throat. Like, yo, it makes sense for you to go do this. You're not going to be able to get this job. You're not going to be able to get this. Yo, it says you might get sick. Yo, just take the shot. It's not going to be harmful. You're not going to die. And that's somebody who became an agent around you. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuses. You have a lot of spiritual people online today, but their spirit can't be powerful if they went through that and had somebody that was around them, whether they cared about them or not, someone they care about or not, still allowed them to do that. If you can allow an agent to force you to do that, how can you be in any fight for the government or whatever like that? Like, you might as well chalk up spirituality. You might as well go somewhere and talk about some 888 portal stupid stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and just get lost into something because you need a mental crutch, but you're not in reality at some point. The reality is these are the examples in the Bible of men listening to men, and y'all playing out the same example now of men listening to other men and women to take the jab, and nothing came from that. So a lot of people who got the jab, you don't know what's floating in you. A lot of people who took the jab, it play on your blood, and your mind bend in on itself and play as your blood, and then these bend in and be your organs and your adrenaline for you to be inspired. So before it even play out as you thinking, oh, I don't got no physical illness, a lot of y'all dreams got killed if you took the jab. You might have been inspired to do something one day or whatever like that, and was set on a godly mission, took the jab, all that went out the window. All that went in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? You probably start having all kind of fart cloud thoughts like, well, maybe I need the dash door. Well, maybe I need to go get this type of circumstance. Well, maybe I need to go share my energy with somebody more flunked than me and things of that nature. And therefore, I can feel more comfortable. And now it's just a big old tower moment based on what they put in your blood. And if they had some electronic system or something like that, who knows? They might turn that stuff on and y'all might get physically ill. So it's deep. It's deep. You got to be a powerful spirit. And that would have never happened if the shadow government ain't stopped everybody in 2019 and made everybody feel like they could get a fine just by being outside for 5 minutes. We can't keep allowing them to do that. So let's be strong to the point that when we're creating so many circumstances in real life it's harder for them to do that because there's multiple people living with each other, or not multiple people, I'm saying living in one house, but I'm saying, and we all doing what we doing online, and we showing them we're doing this in real life, as far as if it's just one or two people living together, or people that's not needing to feel like they're competing with each other and stuff like that, so it don't need no police in that area and something like that, then they won't create no narratives about social distancing, because they can't. How they gonna come in somebody's household who's sharing bills? How they gonna come in some? They're trying to put everybody in separate energies right now. So they're even making it harder for people to get in relationships or soul tribes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So even if people was to get into real estate and we own that whole apartment building, so we the only ones who stand in all those complexes and stuff like that. And we hurry up and do stuff like this and stuff like that, it makes it harder for them to do things like they just did to us in 2020. You get it? When we don't play the field, we allow them to have their way with us. When we play the field, we make them have to come better and do something else. So when we don't do nothing, the things that they do put us in uncomfortable situations. When we do something, it don't matter what they doing. At least we be comfortable at the moment. You get it? And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Because they didn't play with this channel. I just had to start talking about spiritual stuff. But yeah, we about to be into this stuff. And I got the lead. Don't be scared.